Hi, Flosstube. Thank you for dropping by. My name is Nikki Stitchy. Well, my channel is Nikki Stitchy. And I'm here to go over my February work in progress updates. Today I got my hands and yep, so I'm using the 2026 Book of Days by Needlework Press. And I've been keeping up with it. Last month this is what I did in January, and now this is what I'm doing in February, or what I did, because today is March 2nd, 2026. And yeah, I've been keeping track of some of the work that I've done or haven't done in here, but I have also been keeping more detailed tracking in my notebook. And this one I used as the working, like my working page. And at the end of the month, I like write in all the numbers. So this month I was able to complete 7,628 stitches. And that's fine because I was gone for like a week on vacation with my husband. As far as last month in January, I was able to do at least 32,000, almost 33. And that's okay. I don't have like goals or deadlines. I'm just keeping track of what I'm stitching. And if it's less than last month or more, it's okay with me. It doesn't really matter. So, yeah, so let's go over what I stitched. I have been trying to do some sort of like rotation, and let me see, this light, the shadow. I wrote down in the beginning of the year like all my full coverage projects, and so far as of today I have 35 full coverage projects that I'm working on. And then I wrote down my non-full coverage, and I guess one of my goals this year is to like work on at least some of this, because to me in my head, or for me, like I'm mostly a full coverage stitcher, and I've been enjoying full coverage versus my non-full coverage, but I keep buying non-full coverage. Like I am a non-full cover. Anyway, okay. So I have a plan for working at least through some of my non-full coverage as well as through all of my full coverage this year. And the way I'm doing that is with an alphabet rotation. In January, I was able to get all the way, well, I worked through 14 of the alphabet rotation. And I started February with Happy Village, and I was able to get through 4 this past month. So the first one I'm going to show you is the Happy Village. And this is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. It's, oh, who is it by? I plan on getting these photographed like this, because I was able to get most of my whips into a photograph, as to like write all the details on the back, but I haven't gone through that yet. But that is my goal. So let's see. Look at my past notebook to see who is the author of my Happy Village. It's the artist is Arena Orloff, and I am doing this one on 25 count 1/1, and I was able to complete, let's see, I was able to complete 503 stitches. And I have learned how to post a like what I did beforehand. So you should be able to see that. And this is what I've done. And if I remember, I think I just filled in some of the black here and maybe some parts over here. But I only did 500 stitches, but I'm okay with that. So there you go. And this is on 25 count. All right. The next that I worked on is Heaven's Window by Andy Russell. And this is a mini. And I was able to get 511 stitches. I think I just mostly filled in. Oh, okay, you can see what it looked like before, but I believe I was able to work in my park threads and maybe go down this side. But this is 25 count and I'm doing 1/1 full across, which is my favorite. This one's going to be pretty, I think, even as a mini. So that one is that. Sorry guys, I've been like sniffling. I think for some reason like Arizona missed winter memo, and it's been like 85 degrees lately. It's been hot. I don't know if I need to turn on my AC or not. My heat's definitely not been coming on, so sorry. Come on, doggies. Y'all gotta let me film. Y'all don't want to lay down? Okay. Sorry guys, dogs hitting my camera stand. Okay, my next one I was able to work on was Love Letters. Love Letters Chocolate Shop, and this is by Amy Stewart, charted by Haid. And let me see. I have completed, I didn't tell y'all the percentage. So as of now, I am at 3.34% at a total of 12,909 stitches. And I was able to get almost 1,500 stitches in. I think I worked mostly in the lantern, filling inside the lantern area and like the greens around it. So that was fun. This is also 25 count, 1/1. And if I haven't showed you the before picture, I'll remember to put it up. So there you go. Now they want to chew on their bones. Oh, everything just knocked over. Great. Okay. That's okay. It's okay. Let me see if I can get it in order. I tried to prep a little beforehand and on my stool, and the dogs just knocked it over, of course. Next, I was able to work on my alphabet rotation. I did not get to 500 stitches, but I think once I start back this month, I will try to complete at least maybe 300 more. It's kind of forcing me to work on these that I don't think I really want to for some reason right now, but this is what it looked like before, and this is what it looks like now. And I think I just worked like 171 stitches in this area, so you probably won't even see much of a difference. And then I got this little hangy string down there, but I haven't worked on this one for a bit, so it's nice to like come back to it, kind of forcing me through my alphabet rotation that I have. Okay, that is My Studio by Kim Jacobs, and I'm doing this on 25 count, 1/1 full cross, which is my favorite. Okay, Astro, now listen. Can you just go to sleep? They want to chew on their bone while I'm filming. All right, the next one talk about is 6 portals, and this is my category is stitch what I want when I probably did that wrong, but sweewee full coverage. So these are like the times when I don't want to do my full coverage alphabet rotation, and I want to work on this, which I've been pulled into the portals. This is charted by Pain Free Crafts, and the artist is Rose Catherine Kahn. And I got this on 1 yard of 25 count, doing it 1/1 full cover, full cross. This is the most stitching I got done this month. I think I did I worked on it about 10 times. Astro, can you go lay down, please? I know you're tired. So funny. So now I am at 5.65%, which has me a total of 54,000 stitches. And I was able to work in February about 6,777 stitches. So let me see if you can get this, if I can get this all in one. I think I was able to like work on the page. Like, no, this is one. So this is like 8 pages. There's one here and another here. And I was working, sorry guys. I was working, like filling in all this right here. And then I was like, well, let me go to the next portal. So I decided to work on that. And I think I was able to complete a page here. And then you got like a lot of the pastel colors coming through, but that's very pretty. Let me show y'all. So that's the second portal that I was able to do. And then I got bored of that. I didn't get bored, but I was like, let me go to the next one to see how it looks like. And you can see a little bird there. And I think that's supposed to be a butterfly. That's the third portal. And then the last part I worked on was my fourth portal, and that's in the blues. And I think for this one, I must have picked like the wrong color, so I had to like frog a whole length of thread out, and then I think the next day I came in and filled in after I frogged it. But yep, that's it for that. I think the next time I pick this up, I'll come to this one. Oh, although like, okay, when I worked on this one, you can't really see them, but there are a bunch of white thread filled in here, and I think it was getting late and I was getting tired, and it's hard to see, like, even with my magnifying glasses, hard to see the white on the white. So I had to be in a special mood to work on those. So then I quickly switched to the blue, which was easy. I want to get to this one. I think this is the 5th portal that I've done. It's nothing but like light blue colors. And then I must have got tired of that quickly and then went to the purple, which is a nice purple color. And that's the last of the portal. So that's my 6 portals. It is about 1,000,000 stitches, or close to it. I think it's 964,000 stitches, which is not my biggest, because the World Wonders map is about 2.5 million stitches, which I must be kind of mad at it, because it's not the 28 count that I thought it was. It's actually like 30 count, so I had to switch it to 10 instead of doing it full cross with 28 count. Anyway, all right, the next one I did was worked on for a sweewee category is the stitching shelf, and you can see what I did here before. And before I was at 1.2 or 20%, and that was at 85,000 stitches, and I only put 243 stitches. I kind of wanted to work on it more, but I don't know what happened. My stitching in February was I don't know what I want to say. Not as great as what I did in January, but this is what I was able to do. This is a restart from me doing it before, which I had did it extreme cross country in all the black, but I did it in half stitches, and I no longer like half stitches on 25 count. Well, the only 10 stitches I'm doing is on 32 count because, well, that's a long story, but anyway, I love doing full cross 1/1, even though it's slower on 25 count, and that's my jam now. I love the way I stitch, like how flat it looks. It's not as bumpy because I did the Grand Library in 10 stitch 2/1 on 25 count, and yeah, it was nice because I completed it in 2.5 years, regular size, regular colors. But I like how flat the stitches are. I like that I can go cross country and it doesn't look as bumpy. And I love filling even the little holes in that I haven't. That's sort of like a puzzle for me that I like filling in. So for this one, I only did about 200 some stitches, but I kept thinking about it and I want to go get back to it. You can see like here is like the key line, the key outline. And I think this is like the purple door. This part, man, this is a lot of confetti, but what I did with this one is kind of went like typewriter, where I'll get like one thread color and do this like, because this is SSMC, so it's only going to be like a couple of symbols of that color, and then I'll cut it off and then start wherever and fill in the rest until I'm done with that thread. And that's how I work on my 6 portals also. But that is Stitching Shelf by Amy Stewart. I'm glad I restarted that one. My original piece is on the 6 portals, and I still have to frog out some of the stitches. They're 10 black 10 stitches I have on there. So my next one that I worked on just for a little bit, but a little more than that one, was the Storyteller. And this one is coming up on my rotation next, my alphabet rotation. But this one is on 25 count. I started this in New Year's, so I only did like, I think a block. Yeah, I only did like 559 stitches. And now I'm at 901 stitches at 0.37%. I was able to do 342 stitches. And for this one, I'm started in the upper left-hand corner, which is where I usually start most of my projects. And I'm doing 1/1 full cross. And I was trying to do, well, I'm trying to do a diagonal block by block. So once I think I'm on this block next, while parking, which is kind of aggravating. Sometimes I like to park and sometimes I don't. And so like, I'm sure like the next time I pull this out, you might not even see some of the park threads. Yeah, so this one is 25 count. I'm at the upper left, so another tree. Feels like I'm doing a lot of trees on these projects lately. So that's the Storytellers, and that's by Amy Stewart. It's a, I think, oh yeah, they just released SSMC, but I only have a couple of SSMC projects, and I think that's the number that I'm going to keep. I'm not going to buy any more because I have the World Wonders maps. I have the 6 portals, and then I have the Animal Kingdom, Stitching Shelf, Once Upon a Fairy Tale, and some other big projects. So I don't want any more bigger projects. In fact, if I like purchase any more full coverage after saying this today, I'm going to probably just get minis from now on out. Okay, my next one is my Haid Stitch Along for this year. It's the Glistening Wings, and I think that one is by Muse. And I was like, I didn't work on it any until like the end of February. So I was like, oops, let me get some stitches in. So I was able to do 517 stitches, and this one is at 3,600 stitches. Now, I think it has like 80,000 stitches, but this one I'm doing on 32 count 1/1 10 stitch with CXC. And oh yeah, I want to show you something because I recently just threw the Grand Library and all like the stiff cheap Aida fabrics that I bought off of Amazon into the wash, and I was like, let me throw in my Grand Library that I didn't wash, but I'm not going to show you that today. And well, I guess I could, but I had to get it out. And then I threw my Drinks on the Beach, was last year's Haid stitch along that I completed. So I was able to wash it, and I think I need to wash it again because I still kind of see the grid. And it's probably the way I just threw it in my wash machine. I threw it in there in hot setting. But I have like 2 settings on my wash machine. So I can like do a deep fill, or it will just calculate what level all the fabrics are. And I saw it when I was looking at it, like some of the fabrics were stitching out. So I probably will do like maybe a pre-soak and then wash these again. But I mean, I like how it looked. I was able to like iron it and kind of get some of the skewness away, but I'm not really worried about that because I don't know if I'm even gonna frame this. But this is kind of my test piece of doing CXC. This was my first project I completed on CXC, and this is 32 count. And yeah, the colors are great. Like none of the red bled through. This is all white or like really light stitches over here too. So I think it looks pretty good. What do you think? Anywho, okay. So back to this, doing it the same way that I'm doing my Drinks on the Beach. And I think I was trying to like complete all the blacks, and I'm still working on that on my CXC. Oh, and I don't know if I told y'all this, but I was able to find a cone of CXC thread from AliExpress, I think. So I got a cone of that, and it is a little thicker than the DMC. So all my tent projects now are and will be on 32 count with 1 strand. I like how it looks. And one of my favorite hoops have been the Nurge Spring. Okay. That one's that. Next one I worked on were my new starts, and I have 5 in total. I started this piece because my daughter picked it out. She picked it out on Etsy, and I'm starting a piece for each of my daughters, and I have 5 daughters. So one still hasn't told me what she wanted. She said she was gonna find her own picture and get it charted herself through Pick to Pat. This one is, I think it's like Thomas Kincaid art. Well, it kind of reminds me of it, but it's the Tangled one. And I'm doing this on, I believe this is, it can either be 28 or 25 count, but I think it's 28. I threw it in the wash. That's why I threw my parked threads in here like this. because it was really stiff. And this is the piece that I had originally put the quilting room, and I tried to do it 10 stitch, but I didn't like it. So I'm going to eventually frog that out by the time I get to it. But it was pretty stiff, and now it's not, because I washed it. So I did, how many stitches did I do on this? I did exactly 500. And I'm at the upper left corner, and this is, I think this is 28 count, and I'm doing 1/1. Maybe I'm doing like a page across. I'm not quite sure. All right, I started that in the beginning of February. My next one I worked on or started, which I had this chart for a while, is the Fairy Tales by James Christensen? By Heaven and Earth Design. And I like this one since I seen is it Brenda from Handwork? I think it's Handwork. Anyway, her daughter had completed this, and I was kind of wanted to do it like she did, but I decided to start this one at the lower left hand because the lower or the upper left hand is again sky, but then the lower left hand is water, but maybe I'll get to the mermaid. And I try to do it like her. So I'm doing this on 28 count, and this is how like I try to write down my information on the salvage part of the fabrics. And I think this one is from Amazon too. And this is 28 count, and I started it February 8th of this year. And yeah, I'm using friction pen to grid. And I think I tried to do it like how her daughter did it, in columns, and she goes like columns page by page and like kind of snake. But I just was not liking that. And now I'm doing this one, and I'm parking where I normally don't park. So for this one, I need to like put a note or something to remember that I am parking, because normally I park in my lower left corner, but this way, because I'm stitching at the bottom left, I am parking on the upper right. So that's kind of weird for me, but I mean, it's a different experience. So that is the water there for this one. And I was able to put in 1,214 stitches. So yeah. And lower left hand corner. I tried to do that with one of my other projects, and then I went back to the upper left. So we'll see. I mean, it's been fun so far. It's gonna be huge. But this, I think this is a regular, oh, I wrote down. I did write down the notes. So this one is a super size, but not max colors. And this one is 787,000 stitches total. Yep. So this is my plan with my photos, at least write down the stats and then the artist's name and where I got it from and the fabric info. Maybe I'll get like a little photo album, but I kind of like just being able to show you guys like this too. All right. The next one I did was Starry Night, and this one is not cross stitch. It is Blackwork, and it will look like this. And I saw it from I'm in Yogi or Slow Stitch Yogi's Facebook group, and she started doing Blackwork on her members page, and another member on the Facebook group, I think her name is Helen, she posted that she was working on this, and this is by Urban Stitches. So I looked that up and I found it, and I was like, wow, I want to try that. And I got 14 count Ada from Hobby Lobby, and I was able to, where can you see? Okay. I was able to work on the upper left-hand corner. And I think all the stitches are going to look like this, except they're going to be in different colors. So I kind of like tried it and I had to frog it out and start over. So this is my second try on it. But yeah, I have to look at it intensely on my laptop to follow along, like what colors, because it's color chart. But yeah, I don't think this picture does it justice, but you kind of get the gist of it there. So that's my second Blackwork piece, and I think I'll just keep it at that for now. 2 Blackwork pieces. But Hobby Lobby's, you know, that big roll of, or tube of their 14 count, I think it's like $11, but it's really soft. I don't feel like I need to wash it. So it's nice to work with. That one is that. The next one that I started this month, new start, is this one called Chickadees and Lilacs by DMC. And I'm doing this for my second born daughter. I think it's for her husband, but I asked them for like which ones y'all want me to work for y'all, you know, like a heirloom piece or something that they could have that I could at least start now. So maybe hoping like I'll have it finished eventually in my lifetime. But she chose 3, one for her husband and one for my grandson. So I'm not sure who this is for, but I think it's cute. And I was able to find it on a digital pattern on Saga. So, because I really don't like the DMC charts because it's all like in color. And normally if I'm going to work on a paper chart, I like to make a working copy. And I mean, like my printer copies black and white, so I would have to keep referencing the paper chart, and I don't want to do that. So I'm glad I found it on Saga because it makes even doing like French knots and back stitches so much easier. I love it. This one also came with like a bundle of threads that you had to sort. So not like how they normally have their threads sorted onto the thread sorter. This one had like 4 bundles and like had like green yarn, yellow yarn, blue yarn, and then you had to like figure it out. But I find this one was a lot easier than what I remember like a long time ago because like they have what bundle and what color yarn, and you could see how many threads they had, so I was able to do that. And then I put the DMC number by referencing the chart in the Saga file to find out what thread that I can grab instead of going off of, you know, their own numbers. So I was able to complete 1.42%, 446 stitches. And I also found out this Ada was not as stiff as my Maggie one, so I didn't have to wash it. It's pretty soft, and I don't have to wear like bandages on my fingers to work on it. This one I think is where I started in the center, so I'm right here around the bird part. And that's been fun. Even the thread is not as crunchy as the one in Maggie. It's really soft also, so this has been pleasant. And I know this is older chart, I think. It took a while for me to get it through Amazon, like 2 weeks, which that's a while, right? Okay. That one's that. And then my next new start, I'm going to have to put in what it looks like here. It's called Nico Hotel by Miss Butter D, and it's charted by Unconventional Cross Stitch, which was, I don't think it's my first chart, but it's definitely my first chart in a long time, but it was kind of weird ordering, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, this is what I've done, and I'm doing this with a couple of ladies from Yogi Stitch Group on Facebook. Yeah, it's I started this because I thought this fabric was a 25 count, so I started it with CXC. I wanted to do it 1/1 because I don't have any projects with my CXC on 25 count, and I kind of wanted to do that. But I found out after like gridding, and it was kind of like getting tight with the CXC 1/1, that this is actually a 28 count. And I washed this fabric, so I thought it was a 25 count, but after measuring it, it's definitely 28 count. So I switched it to DMC after like a couple, I think after I got to like maybe 100 stitches, I switched it to DMC. And I started this one in the middle. Natty has a floss tube also. I'm just going to have to link her. I don't remember her floss tube. Okay. But she started this start along, and some other ladies are joining. And she wanted people to start in different locations, so I opted to choose to start in the middle. I feel like when I start in the middle, I don't know where I'm going, so how to tackle it. These threads are getting on my nerves, so I think I'm going to have to do something about them sooner than later. And yeah, it's kind of thick right here, but I don't mind it. I just want it to stay flat. I don't want it to get bumpy looking. So that's my last new start of February, month of February. And now, let's see, I am on, let me go to my non-full coverage. That's not on my rotation, my temperature rotation. That is Maggie, the Messmaker. This is also a dimensions chart, and I was able to get a saga file, which is perfection. Love it. This is where I'm at, and I did wash this fabric with the batch that I threw in my wash machine, and now the fabric is not going to hurt me anymore, because before it was so hard. And you know, the fabric is the thread is crunchy on this also, so it kind of hurts going through your fingers when you're stitching. But I had to buy some bandages for my fingers, and I put them like almost on all my fingers. That's what it felt like anyway, but I don't think I need to do that anymore. We'll see. I haven't stitched on it since I washed it, and I had to put my friction grids back on. But yeah, I'm in the middle, and everything, all the stitches are still there. Nothing's bled through, and it looks pretty good. Kind of outlined the sewing machine, and I have a total of 1,323 stitches, which puts me at 2.69%. So definitely, if you get a dimensions kit, and you feel like it's gonna cut you, you should wash it for sure. I will be doing that from now on. Why should I go through the pain? It should be fun, right? Next non-full coverage piece that I worked on is the Nutcracker, and this is by Shannon Christine, and it's a stitch along. I'll show you what I have before, or worked on before. And there are more Nutcrackers. I'm not going to get the picture though for y'all. You're just going to have to see as I do them. I think there are 2 more that released, and I'm still on the first one. So this is on 28 count linen, and I did put the, what is that? The Diamante gold stitches in. And I've just been kind of working on this, like if I'm going somewhere, like an appointment or something, taking my daughters to an appointment, I have been taking this. Yep. So that's where, oh, I put in, or I didn't count this one, but I will start counting because it's on a paper chart. I wonder if I could put this in I do have Markup RXP, but I haven't used it since I got it. But I'm not on the subscription. I was kind of grandfathered in from like when it first came out. They like sent out the email or someone posted that they were going on a subscription plan, and yeah, I'm not about subscriptions. I'm kind of getting sick and tired of them. Are you? But I know like everyone says that they're a Apple iOS user. They don't want another tablet like an Android, but I got me a Android tablet for cross stitch because I would do anything for cross stitch. Almost anything. Okay, next is my temperature stitching. And this is my way of trying to get through my non-full coverages. And I'm only putting myself at like 100 stitches, and depending on how I feel, I might get through more of that. The reason Autumn Quaker got so many was because I took it on a cruise with me. The third week of February. It's the only one I took. Well, no, I took another one, but it's the only one I worked on while I was on there. Some nights I couldn't sleep on the boat for some reason, or I don't know, and I was able to get in a lot of stitches. Definitely on the airplane because I can't sleep on the airplane. And I was able to get those stitches done. So, I did switch them out for March. I guess I could talk about that later. I pulled the pictures out for that, and kind of not enthused about some of the ones that I did like a roll of my non-full coverages because I numbered them. Did I show you how many? So I have 37 non-full coverages right now. Sorry. And I just kind of did the wheel on my phone. And if it came back with something that I already had on my last month rotation, I'd spin again until I didn't get one that wasn't. So, and I was able to write in for March what is on the new monthly temperature rotation. Okay, so let me see how I'm going to do this. For Spring Fairy, which is a dimensions kit, I was able to work on 100 stitches. And I think I'm going to post what these look like before. Because I'm not sure if I actually took a picture before I started working on it this month. But this one is about halfway done. I was able to work on just like this column. And I really don't like all these park threads. It's bothering me. Does it bother you? Ooh. Okay. So I'm only put in 100 stitches for this rotation. And this rotation only lasted, did it last the whole month of February? Yeah. But of course, you know, I was gone for a whole week. So you're not going to see a lot of progress on some. The next one is Autumn Quaker. Oh, I did print out these. So that's what Spring Fairy by Dimensions would look like, and it's completed. Some of these got cut off, but it doesn't bother me. But you get the gist of what it looks like. I did not have that one on Saga, so I'm working through the paper one. My next one is Autumn Quaker, and I started the upper left-hand corner. And this is the one I took with me on the cruise, so I was able to get over 1,000 stitches into it, which is nice because normally I probably wouldn't have got that many stitches. And I'm, you know, a lot of these non-full coverages I haven't touched in a while, so it's kind of nice to get through them. But this is what I worked on. I'm using the Valdani threads, and Valdani threads is like 3 strands, I think. And this is 28 count, the called for fabric. Things like Picture This Plus. So yeah, I was able to work on, I had to redo this one. I do remember that because it was like, I think one stitch off and I didn't like that. So I just redid it and then worked more on this bigger motif. This leaf here, almost trying to finish this one here at the top. Finish this leaf here and then starting this motif right there where you see it part. So yeah. Putting that one away. Unless I feel like working on them, which I'm not. I don't feel like, I haven't noticed, like I haven't feel like want to work on it on full coverage. So yeah, who am I kidding? That's where I'm kind of like forcing myself to have this temperature rotation. And the funny thing about this temperature rotation too, because I will find a workaround, okay? I should just have it set to like, all right, open the phone and get like the max temperature that it says it is. But in my head, I've been like, okay, I feel like working on whatever temperature piece. I open my phone or my iPad and see like what the temperature is now. And then I'll see like, I have it listed like what number. So I'm like, oh, it's like, it says it's 76 degrees and I don't want to do that one. So what is it going to be the max of? And then I'm like, well, it could be like the partridge. So I'm like, well, I'd rather do 4 screw than the partridge. So I'm like playing games with myself, even with the temperature piece, which was kind of crazy, but it's working. I'm kind of putting some stitches in it, right? So, hey, some stitches that I haven't probably touched in quite a while. What's the next one? Summer Quaker. I only put in 100 stitches in that one. I don't even know where it's at. Let me see. Oh, sorry. How did I put it back in with this? Okay, I found it. This one I'm doing on 40 count. And I would just put in 100 stitches. And let me see if I can even remember where. Oh, okay, I remember now. So that's how much I did. And see, I started this one in 2023. This is how much I got done. And this is from a paper chart, but I think I only put in 103 here in this section with the clouds. So you probably can barely even see it, but yep, this is done with one thread. I love using just one thread. That is my jam. That is on a Be Stitch Me fabric. I usually tape a little sticker thing. Okay, I did it, but I wrote it down. It's Ledger. It's called Ledger 40 count Be Stitch Me even weave. So soft. Let's see. The next one I worked on was This and That. And that is a Rosewood Manor. I have a picture of this one. That, and I was able to put in 100 stitches, which has me. This is a linen 28 count. I'm doing 2/2. I think I worked on maybe this section right here for 100, which would be the butterfly. Yep. This will eventually become like a easy project that I can take either to church or appointments with, or like traveling in a car. I do like the 28 count linen. The next one I have is Arizona Quaker. This is by Vipster's Design. I think got it on Etsy. It's huge. I got it one of those Hobby Lobby big old $11 rolls on 14 count. And this one I was able to put in the pattern keeper. And I started this August 2024, so I think I was able to put in what 147 stitches. So I started a new triangle. So that was nice. I think my husband's coming home, so I might have to pause and edit these together. All right. Okay, now we are at, I already showed Arizona Quaker, Strawberry Wishes. This one I did not, for some reason, get a photo of it, but I will show you what it looks like. This one I worked on about 3 times. And this is by Rosewood Manor also. I think I got this chart and the one that's called This and That because it was in my head. I think I can complete it early, but I was not right. So I put about 328 stitches into this one, mainly I think I did maybe this letter B and E, and working on this, worked on the bird last time, so in this little flower pot and the flower stems and whatnot. This is on linen 28 count, and I'm doing 2/2 with DMC. Yeah, this is on Belfast linen. So I put 328 stitches in that one. Next one I did is in a forest grew. You see that one here. This one is also by Rosewood Manor. And let's see if I can find it. I'm working on the upper left-hand corner. I was able to put in, worked on it twice for 204 stitches, I think. Or maybe I worked on it once. This is where I am at now. I think the last time I was working on this motif right here, or this tree. Worked on the bird and the tree and some of this down here. I'll try to put in what I did last time to see the progress, but I mean 204 stitches. That one is also on 28 count, but it's on Lugana, about half a yard. It's a huge piece. I was gonna restart that one for to make it smaller, like on 40 count, but then I went back to it and I kind of like it on doing 2/2 on 28 count. Next one I have is the Temperature Quaker, and this is by Stitching Mommy. This I did this temperature chart for the year 2023, and got it right here. This one I was able to put in. Oh, I worked on it once since the last time you saw it. And this is how far I am. I am in the month of August. So I've been working down here. And I think with this one, I had to ask for a different like temp or climate because we don't get very high and we don't get very low. So if you like want a range of colors, then you could ask that from her, I think. Trying to get that knocked out. It was kind of tough too. I said last time, I thought it would be easy to get like the temperatures from the year, but I can only find one site that was able to give me temperature highs from 2023. So I should try to get the rest of that. The next one I did was Partridge in a Pear Tree, and that one is it Nora Corbett or Mirabilia? Nora Corbett. So this one, it doesn't seem like a lot of stitches, but how much did I do? Oh, I did a lot. 594. I think I worked mostly trying to get like the border done. See it? And now I ended up working this bottom part. But now it's put up, so I don't know next time I'll see it. It's kind of hard because you have to like skip a lot of stuff to get the beads in to the place. So I'm just trying to like work to where I can get all the stitches in, and then I'll backstitch, and then I'll put the beads in. But I have the next 3 charts for this one on the same like type of fabric. But I've heard that it's hard to like get the acrylic now, so kind of discouraged. So they like fix that problem to source all the acrylic for it. But I do have it for the next, I think the one after this one. And the last one on my temperature rotation is the pollinator. I think it's called more than that. Let's see. I always make a mess when you do these. It feels like. This one is by the Blue Flower. And I'm doing it on 40 count Stormy Night Newcastle linen. And it's called The Praise of the Pollinators. And I worked on it for 180 stitches. Which is nice because before I started, wrong way. Before I started this temperature rotation, I only had like the B done. So since starting it, I was able to get whatever that is. I want to say it's a squirrel, but it has like little pink ears, and I don't know if a squirrel actually has little pink ears and feet. And then I worked down here to this flower, and I think this is part of the wider bee. There's like another bee, so yeah. So that's where I am. That hummingbird is cute. I don't know about the bat. Okay, so that's it for that one. And then let me show you where I am at with my new, well, before that. So my full coverage, I was able to get 13,579 stitches. And in my non-full coverage, I was able to get, or just from the temperature rotation. I didn't do the last 2 days though. I don't know. I didn't feel good. So the 27th and 28th, I did not do those temperature days. And it's okay. I don't have to do them. Or don't feel the need I have to. Like I said, like these alphabet rotation for my full coverage and the temperature one, it's a suggestion. And I've been pretty much discipline except the last 2 days on doing the temperature stitching. But now, since I rolled the dice for the new one that I'm changing for this month. So here is the one I'm doing for March. And I rolled the wheel to pick what number coincides with these. And I was able to do March 1st yesterday, 102 of Autumn Fracture. And that's by, who is this by? I have to show you. That one is by Plum Street Samplers. And I'm doing this on 36 count linen. Started in the middle. So I was able to do like work down from here. I did have to substitute this color because the original color 611 was too matchy with the background color. So I just picked the one next to it. 611. So they call for 611 and I think I picked 610 or something like that. I wrote it down. And then that part is the vase in the middle. I also picked this out before thinking that I can finish it quickly. It only has like 7 colors. I'm trying to see what fabric I put this on. So that's like the original. And then I put this on 36 count flax Edinburgh linen fabric. Got it from 123 Stitch. It calls for gentle thread, but I'm using the DMC that they substituted. So that is like, that was called for yesterday, and then I could show you some of these. When I rolled it on the wheel, I don't know if I'm gonna do it, and it's mostly, I don't know if I'm going to continue with the Royal Holiday or what I have, only because I did do it so many moons ago. Probably like, when did I do Royal Holiday? I feel like it's been over 20 years for Royal Holiday. Let's see if I can find it. The fabric is like on a Monaco, and I'm like, if I want to do it, I think maybe I can restart it, because I tried to put a couple of stitches in it, can't find it, and it didn't last long at all. No, I can't find it. Okay, well, let me start with this. All right, so another one that I'm thinking that I don't know if I'm going to continue, I might UFO it, is this. This is Carolyn Mannon, Jane's Joy, Holiday Joy. And I probably only worked on it like 1 year whenever I started it. I didn't document it, but this is how far I got. The border is very repetitive, so it's just the same thing, and every other one is the same. These are kind of fun, except like each one has its own like back stitching, so I don't think like any of these are complete until I back stitch them. So I don't know. Like I didn't even check like what is today's call or temperature. But I'm going to try to put some stitches in and see how I feel, okay, on that one. So that's Jane's Joy. I don't mind working on Christmas things throughout the year either. Uh-oh. Sorry. I got a FaceTime. Is this still recording? Okay. My daughter is trying to FaceTime me. I need to message her. Message. Hold on. Okay, and then I'm just gonna pull out whatever is next on my little basket. So I had started the autumn Quaker, and I also had started the winter Quaker. That's what that looked like. I do have a picture, a photograph of it. Didn't get much done on this one either, but it still uses the same Valdani threads that it comes with, or that you can get with it. And I got all 4 seasons of the Rosewood Manors Quakers. Started the autumn and the winter, and I have the summer and the spring kitted. And I also got all the Valdani threads that went with it, which I don't mind these. These are kind of cute to like stitch from. It's different. This one is, and I think I got all the called for linen. Like how you just press the, you know, add to cart, everything. And 1, 2, 3 stitch. That's what I did. So I got this one on 28 count. Crystal Dwarf Casual Linen. And this is my only, no, I think this is my second. This is a glittery type of linen. Where is it? Oh, here's my little measly start. Upper left hand corner. So that would be called. And I think I might keep, I was thinking like just doing like maybe changing it out, like reevaluating these like maybe every 15 days. So like half the month, and then like if some haven't been called, I can like, or if they've been called too many times, I can replace it with another one on the wheel that I have. I'm thinking that way I could just get through them all instead of like changing it once a month. And then maybe I can have like more than one rotation. Oh, here's the Royal Holiday. So that, there she is. I got a lot done on her. And I got a lot of working paper copies. I could tell this is old because it's before I even serged. I have it on this tape, like Scotch tape around the edges. But so here she is. She's headless, and this is like a Monaco fabric, so it's a little bit stiffer. But yeah, I'll see. I'll reevaluate. I mean, I don't feel like picking her up now, but maybe if I get called and just try to see how I feel. But that's on 28 count. That's how far I got with her. And let's see. That's Royal Holiday. I have Fall Dancing Fairy. And this is a dimensions kit, and I don't really have that much on her. I did wash the fabric, but I think I have like one little yellow blob in the middle, so I'm not going to show that. This one is my only Filipino one. My daughter got it for me when Christmas. Let me see if I can find it. I need to pull these up to the front so I can like grab them easier for my basket. Okay, I'll come back to her. Another one that is going to be called this month is Midsummer Night's Fairy. This also, or I'm sorry, Midsummer Night's Fairy. This also is like a over 25-year-old project now. I know she's like on a Jovelin, and I guess it's not as old as the Royal Holiday because I searched her. So this is how much I have done for her. I did do a skin conversion. I don't know why it's hard for me to pick this one up. Like, I'm sure I don't have that much more to go. So we'll see. If she gets called, I'll work on her the best that I can. Next, Summer Night Fairy. That's by Mirabilia. Let's see what else. Did Royal Holiday. Next one. This is a sampler called Memories of the Past. And I got this at the attic. That's my like local, I guess if you call it my local needlework store, but it's like 3 hours away and I really don't like going anywhere. So I might go there like once a year, twice a year, something like that. And I'll try to pick something up. So it's one of the Hands Across the Sea samplers. And I did get all the 101.3s that came with it, the silks. Put it in that bag. And then this is on a, I need to serge it. Which is weird. Like one part is already kind of serged, but the others isn't. Why would I do that? This is a 36 count. Like this part is not even serged. Did I do that? This is on a tabby cat. That's what it's called. 36 count. Oh, I thought I had put it somewhere. The chart is in color. But I think if you, because I got a black and white copy, I think I'll just probably follow along with it. I don't have a tag for this one. I do remember it's a tabby cat though, whatever that means. I think it's 36 count. But that's how much I got done for that. I don't have many samplers like that. All the fancy goods. But I do like watching people who work on them. Seems fun. Next one is, let's see what I get for. 15 Friends. Oh, this is another one I got from the attic, but I got this one more recent than the last one you just saw. And I decided that I'll do it with, what are these? Soy surfine. Soy surfine. I don't know, it's French. And I got that in 2681. I wanted to do a project that had all red in it, so that's what it'll look like. And I started it up here September 2023. You see that? I wrote it. And this is how much I got done. So that'd be fun to work on it. This fabric is 56 count. Wow. Linen Weeks Dye Works. Definitely have to use my magnifying glasses for that one. That'd be kind of fun to get to. I don't know the color of it. I think it was just something that I grabbed. Kind of surprising that I will grab a 56 count though. Maybe it's called Weeks Parchment. Not sure. Okay, I only got 2 more. I'm trying to find one. This one is another old project, many years ago. Like maybe 2004 when I started it. I did have the what do you call it? The tape. The Scotch tape around it, and you can see where it like discolored it. So I mean, if you have like a big enough margin, I think it should be fine. But if you're pretty close to the, like, you know, where you would get framed, then that could cause a big problem too. This feels like a monocle fabric. But this is my Virtuous Woman sampler. I forget who did this one. But I do want to say this is probably like one of my first like download experience since like cross stitching, I want to say. Other times I just bought, you know, either a kit from Walmart or like one of the craft stores, and or like an actual local needlework store. So this one is definitely downloaded chart, and I would like to get to work on it. I even have like some of the ways I used to bobbinate and keep them in like little baggies. That's cute. Okay. I did convert all the Amish people to black, which is kind of hilarious to me. I don't think there are many black Amish, but it's my chart, so. All right, and then one last one. I'm gonna clean up my mess. I know she's in here. Yeah, that's weird. Come out to wherever you are. So this is the Filipina one that my daughter gifted me. Oh, I found her. She's all kitted up. The chart is in color. I don't know, maybe like they do what is it? Digital? It seems like he does digital charts, which rather have than paper chart, but that's what I have. And then I have all the like beads for it, and all the like specialty DMC. What is this? Krennic. It looks like I also like put some. I already like put the colors on the DMC paper things I have. This would be fun to get back to. Put that up. And I have no clue which way. Let me see. I think I'm started in the middle, so this looks like a hot mess. I'm somewhere around her hips. This is her hair. But I don't know when the last time I worked on her, but apparently I was just doing like wastaways. Yeah, I wouldn't do this now today. So hopefully she'll get called a couple times and I can put some stitches into her. That was a Christmas gift from one of my daughters. Which is nice. I let them pick, she just picked. I was like, yeah, you can give me like a Bella Fina Pina because I didn't have one. And she picked this one, so very iridescent. That's what she's called. All right, so that's my future temperature stitching. I'll put that up. My hope for the alphabet rotation is to get through what's next on my list, and I wrote down like the next 7 one, but we'll see like how many I'll get through. But these pretty much I pick up or would want to pick up if they weren't in my rotation, so that's nice. Wrote down what other ones that I might. And then I decided to start Milestone Manor by Jessie Marie Stitches. Does stitching, if I remember. Printed off her information. I will link her below if you want to do it, but it's a game where you need dice, and it's just something that you can get through some projects. So for the hallway, I'm using her floor plan that she had on her packet, and I rolled to do for 6 portals 1,710. So I just wrote that down here as a goal, which I will probably get through anyway. But then I think all the other rooms that I'm going to go into, I'll just roll the wheel for my full coverage, and then I'll just annotate here, and then I like printed off, you know, the packet that she has available, and I'll try to follow along. I'm not sure if I fully understand everything, but we'll see. She has a good, you know, print out so you can follow along too. I will try that. It sounds fun. And then let's see. I think that's about it. I do plan on having more starts this month because my daughters, I still haven't started on my second oldest, my first oldest, and then my grandsons. And then I have a couple of charts. Like I wanna get through the charts that I purchased. So, you know, I don't know. I don't want to just sit on them if I purchase them. So that's my plan. Yeah, so you'll see next month, hopefully when I get back. I think I'm gonna come back and do some Stitch With Me's. Yeah, so if you have any questions, oh, there's one thing. I am UFOing. What did I do with it? My what is this called? Kim Jacobs sewing it's a quilting room. This one is Max Colors, and it's very light. Like the picture doesn't make it seem it's light, but I'm doing it on 32 count tint, and this is where I got to. And I just don't like how the sewing machine is looking. That's supposed to be the chair. And then I've seen other people's, and it's just like air stitching everywhere, and I'm just not interested in that. So I might revisit regular colors later and maybe like on a bigger count, but at this moment I think I'll just pull these stitches out and use this fabric for something else. So that is UFO, because I have not been wanting to stitch on it, and it's like it was next on my alphabet rotation, but I said nope, don't have any desire to stitch on it whatsoever. Okay, well, with that said, if you have any questions, leave them down below for me. And yeah, thanks for coming by and seeing what I've been up to. I don't have any, well, I don't know how much work I'll get done in March, because I did open my shop back up on Etsy. And yeah, but you know, I'm doing this as a hobby. I don't want it to become work or a job, and I just want to share with you guys like what I've been working on, and I do like writing it down and seeing how much I get done. But if I didn't get this much done, it'll be okay too. Like if I only had like worked on 2 projects next month, it'll be okay with me. So yep, so that is it for today. I'm surprised that I'm getting this up in a fairly decent time. I actually was thinking like, oh, I don't need to do it. But then I powered through. But even if I don't come back on Flosstube to do it, I'm still like keeping track for my own records. And this, I like this notebook. I got it from like Marshall's and it's like $7, but yeah. Let me know if you have any questions, and happy stitching.